Hi, I'm Wubs, and this is my first ever reaction video on this channel to a video about the chapters being ranked by someone's community. I'll go ahead and read the title later. This is Editing Wubs. I'm just kind of looking through everything. But for the first ever reaction video that I'm putting on this channel, it is an absolute doozy. I cannot even begin to spoil anything about this roller coaster you're going to go on. You just got to watch it all the way through. I am saying this for the statistics. I'm also just saying this because this is incredible. Do yourself a favor. Watch this all the way through. I'm going to explain things a little later in the video. I was debating even uploading this just because of the twist that comes, but just keep watching with me. See you out there. Here we go. AZHYMOVS, every chapter ranked by reviews. Dead by Daylight tier list. Here we go. Here we go. Come on.
Hey everyone, today I wanted to do a chapter ranking, but not by my own opinions, but the wider communities, as well as my
So not by his own opinion.
After I checked the Steam reviews for some...
Not by his own opinion. I'm going to pause a lot, by the way. I hope that doesn't get annoying. Not by his own opinion, by his community's opinion, and by like general opinion. Got it. Perfect. So, twins in the mud. Stranger Things up top. 100% has to be.
DLCs, I was kind of shocked, and it made me want to make a ranking of the chapters based on the reviews.
Okay,
so
here we
I
go.
got my Discord community to rank them too, by the same system Steam uses, which is simply a system where you like or dislike the product, and it results in an overall positivity rating, which is how we'll...
So we got mostly... Oh, sorry, my head's too big. Let me fix that. Hold on, we're scuffed. Here we go. So it goes from mostly disliked to mixed, mostly liked, greatly liked, and extremely liked. Okay, so a pretty positive list.
We'll be ranking them today. We have 5 tiers for this. Mostly disliked chapters will be where we start off. A Nightmare on Elm Street, 30.41% positive.
Oh, hold on, my webcam's blocking this. What? I mean, I guess. So when Freddy first came out, he was like borderline useless. So fine. Quentin looked like a fucking bridge troll. I guess, but like twins though, ain't nobody using anything from the twins chapter. They added nothing, dude. Man, I disagree, but that's his community. His community said 30%? 30% positive? Y'all are out of your minds. 30%? Give it like a 40. Give it a 40, not 30. Oh, whatever. I don't know. I disagree.
Is first up here, and is quite
65% on Steam though. That's interesting.
A very low positive rating. This one doesn't surprise me particularly. The content of this chapter has never been something I've spoken particularly highly of. Freddy's power is quite lackluster and not particularly engaging.
Not anymore.
Quentin was a goblin for about 5 years before he became human.
It used to be.
They both get largely neglected, it seems, and we've never had cosmetics released for them. Although that's likely a licensing issue.
I guess that's something I didn't think about.
In this category goes to our most recent chapter, Tools of Torment.
That's fair.
37.85% positive.
Wait, this is weird. Hold on. So community rated it 37%, and then Steam rated it 49, but it's higher when Steam rated this like 65. So he's just going based like on his community entirely for the video's sake. That's interesting. I agree, though. I mean, the survivors are fine. I couldn't tell you any of their perks, but the new map is mid, and the new killer, she doesn't belong in the game. She moves and looks like she doesn't belong in the game. It's like they were making Meet Your Maker or some shit, just threw her into this one because she wouldn't fit. I don't know.
Tools of Torment, 37.85% positive. This chapter has had quite a
I'm gonna start keeping a list though. Hold on.
And whilst I do think it has good elements, it's
I'm gonna type this out.
undeniable that
so first was Nightmare on Elm Street with 65 on Steam.
And design mess.
And
I think the perspective of this
Tools
chapter will maybe shift a bit in time, but I understand the reasons for its current position here. We're now moving right along to the mixed chapters. These are the chapters that are very middle of the road and split.
Okay, I'm gonna keep a list on my phone.
First up, we have Of Flesh and Mud, 54.59%.
The Ace chapter gets dicked on for mixed? Where's the Night chapter? By the way. Where the fuck is the Twins gonna be? Twins better be like directly after this, or I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, Hag sucks to go against, sure. But it's interesting, like it's an interesting killer. The maps are kinda cool, they're a little ugly, they're shit brown, you don't like looking at them. And it added Ace, bro. Do you know how many survivors wouldn't know who they're playing at any point in time if it wasn't for Ace? I know some fucking Ace mains that are fuming right now. They're punching air. They're fucking fuming and kicking dust.
Positive. This one
of the people in the game's name is I'm 63% gay.
So high. Hag has
79% on Steam,
release, and she's kind of miserable to face. She's mildly fun to play, I guess. Ace is there too. A Binding of Kin, 54.63.
48% on Steam. That's the lowest so far. I'm writing that down. I'm keeping a list. I'm checking it twice. Yeah. 48% on Steam. Knew that shit. Knew it from the beginning. No way. 54%. Over half of this guy's community saw that and was throwing drakes. Do you know how fucking frustrating that is for me? Do you know how much that sucks to see?
3% positive.
I disagree with your community.
This tier. And a chapter that I think is ranked about right.
No, you don't.
And they've always had bugs, and are generally just very neglected by the developers.
Right.
They get lots of random add-on nerfs, and it just kinda sucks. The redeeming factor, I would say, is both Elodie, and actually the lore all round is pretty good. On to the mostly liked chapter.
Fucking Melody, dude? You like rummaging through the chests, man? What the fuck are you on about? That's the most... Oh, that's a terrible take. That's a bad take. That is such a fucking ass take. Oh, I feel like this list is gonna blow my mind. We're about to see like Stranger Things in the mostly liked. I'm not ready for this. Did I write that down? I did. Okay. Binding of Kin bottom with 48% so far, by the way.
It's nice that there's only a handful which are in the dislike or more disputed section. First up, we have Ash vs Evil Dead, 64.04% positive. And I guess this is because it's cool. We got Ash and Bruce Campbell voice acting, but also he doesn't look that great in game.
It's just a survivor. He doesn't look that great. He looks fine.
Making it somewhat underwhelming.
Okay.
This rating makes sense to me. Leatherface, 67.96%.
Leatherface, though,
seems about right too, being a paragraph, and despite lots of...
As much as I want to rank him higher... Yeah, it is just the killer, right? I mean, it is just the killer, but Bubba added so much. People are still using Bubba perks. People are still using Bubba, and it's funny as fuck. It's a little annoying when you get face camped by, I'm sure, but it's hilarious when you watch it happen to someone else. I don't know. I guess it didn't add that much. I can't argue. 84% on Steam, by the way. Oh, I didn't pay attention to Ash's. What was that? 78. Okay.
A lot of positive ratings because of the stereotypes of Bubba players. The Last Breath, 68.27% positive. Got a surprisingly low rating, actually. And I imagine it's mainly because the nurse is part of it.
I get it.
Lots of people just don't enjoy her existence in the game.
It's the first chapter. It's a little lackluster. I get it. But does it need 68%? I feel like you could give it higher. It's iconic. Nurse is the best killer, breaks every single rule in the game. But I don't know. There's no Steam percentage for the Nurse chapter though. Okay, so Nurse gets nothing. Okay.
due to her power. Nia, I guess, is a character lots of people associate with toxicity, so maybe it's more a community perspective thing.
Okay, both of these characters are associated with, like, the goats. You know what I mean? It used to be like Claudette and Billy players were the absolute goats. Then it went Nurse and Nia players. Never went back. Never ever went back. Nia's players are like still the best players in the world. Nurse players are still the best players in the world. Iconic. First chapter. This is when I started like really playing. Nurse is who got me into this game. I gotta give it its props.
Rather than the actual content here.
68%,
whatever. 69.71% positive follows this up. And yeah, I guess lots of people still don't really like All Kill. I personally think it was a well-crafted chapter, and despite...
They like it more than the night chapter? Or less than the night chapter? How? 61% on Steam. How do you like this less than the night? What about... I haven't seen like the top tier chapters yet. I would have put Nurse top tier. But I understand why people don't like the Nurse. This should definitely be above the fucking night. Literally just the twins, but meaner. Because you don't have to control the baby. Now you have 3 babies, and they do what you want. They're AI. You can go do other shit while they play their game.
Despite Trickster's power not being my favorite, the overall chapter itself,
sure, but
the
like
characters, the
it's
visuals,
way
the effort
better
put in with stuff like
than
the
placing Bubba
animated
Jonesy down
cutscenes
and moving
songs made this chapter and its content really special.
61%.
Hour of the Witch, 73.93% positive. People like Michaela,
That's interesting.
I think. She's maybe one of the more recent characters who have pushed their way into becoming played very often. This rating...
Hold on, I'm already like losing my train of thought. 61%, right.
And also,
69% on her, nice.
Only paragraph, or actually 61%. I believe it was called chapter 21.5. Technically a chapter, or like a half chapter, I guess. Hellraiser, 74.06% positive, follows this up.
I'm trying to finish writing this, and you're blowing my mind. Hellraiser's below the fucking... I need to take a deep breath. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Night better be the next fucking person. Directly above. 39? Steam is foul for that shit. Why? I mean, he's a little annoying to play against. Every fucking killer is annoying to play against. He's like the least annoying of the annoying killers. 39? He was cool as fuck. Hey, it was just a killer chapter. It's kind of impressive he got this high, but he's the lowest so far? Shit, man. So Pinhead goes at the bottom below the twins below. Well, below the twins as far as Steam goes. Crazy. Absolutely insane.
And is quite far above the Steam reviews, but that's down to the whole controversy that went on around the chapter's release. This is another chapter with just a single character.
I wonder what the controversy was. I have no idea about that.
A lot of love and care, and I think an interesting power. I think maybe the controversy is still somewhat reducing people's views of this chapter, and maybe
I don't know
just
the controversy.
Gameplay, because I know people find the chains annoying. Darkness Among Us, 75.71% positive, is one that's surprisingly low, I thought.
You're gonna need to teach me like 70 fucking languages to translate what is happening here. 75%. More people like the Borgo. They would rather go to the Borgo than Ormond. I don't. Why are we here? This is getting worse and worse. Legion I wouldn't even put Legion above the fucking Trickster, by the way. I would not put Legion above the Trickster. Maybe the chapter, sure, I guess. Like just above Trickster's chapter, just because it has a cool map. And it introduced Jeff, so it holds a sweet place in my heart. But you're telling me the Borgo? You're telling me the Ire of the Course? I forgot about the Fartist. The Artist still has to come. They like the Artist? You would rather go against the Artist than a Legion? So what's next? My compass is thrown off. What is it, 68%?
Legion are played by
That's
quite
fine,
a few
I guess.
people, but I guess
On
it's
Steam.
another case of not being very liked by much of the community, who may
I don't
view
know
them as
why.
Men's Simulator. I think this chapter
Men's
includes some
Simulator,
great
okay.
characters.
Okay,
with
buddy.
Jeff and
Fucking Knight is multiple killer simulator. Artist is fucking guest simulator. Get hit from across the map simulator. Am I losing my mind? I don't trust this guy at all with the fucking Cowboy chapter. The Grave of Glenvale. I forget the name of the actual chapter.
Legion, and I've always
Chains of
liked
Torment,
Orland's
is it?
snowy environment, despite
Chains
its
of Darkness,
horrible
something like that.
balance. A problematic chapter with a rough release, but with some great qualities.
I don't
and
trust
many
him at all
issues
with
that
the
have
good
been
chapters.
fixed over time. Curtain Cool, 78.92%
Oh.
positive, will end us off here. This chapter is another that I find kind of shockingly
85%
high.
on Steam, I
mean,
agree with,
Clown,
but
I don't really
78%.
find anyone saying many good things about.
This
Kate
is
very
fine.
widely loved
This is
by
okay.
a lot of the community, but Clown I find frustrating
Clown
to face.
is
And I think his
85% on
power
Steam.
is boring. The upside is his great visuals and sound design, which applies to the whole chapter, I suppose. Yeah, this
Sure, the Clown is a little annoying, but the map and Kate, I mean, come the fuck on. And even the Clown's perks and his outfits, like you gotta be kidding me.
one kind of shocked me, but fair
Like,
enough.
so many
we
ass
now move
chapters
on
have
to
yet
the
to come.
greatly liked chapters.
Where's Wesker's
These are the
chapter?
chapters with above an 80% positive rating. Starting out, we have Portrait of a Murder, 80.93%
Greatly liked.
positive. This
80%.
one I was kind of happy to see so high, and just a
Really?
little bit baffled by it, because I remember the
Right.
reception not being so great, but I guess it's grown on a lot of people. Artist is an interesting character, I think, if you
Oh.
mostly avoid her lore. A visually stunning chapter with some
That's
definitely
true.
cool
It does
ideas.
look cool.
I would shift it down a bit personally, but I do like the content within it. Demise
Yeah,
of the
I would shift
Faithful,
it down.
Plague.
Where the fuck is the Knight? I can't watch this. I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Where the fuck is the Knight? Definitely this is above the Fartist chapter. Where the fuck is the Knight? Where's Wesker? I better see Nemesis real soon or I'm gonna lose my shit too. I'm losing it. So this is 80% on Steam. And last one was 79. This is driving me mad. Can you believe this shit right now? Think of what's yet to come and think about how it's above everything else. Absolutely not. He put, hold on, my camera's out of focus. My camera's trying to head out. My camera doesn't want to be here anymore either. He's trying to put the Knight. He's trying to put the Unreal. He's trying to put Wesker and Nemesis, who brought RPD into our lives, above Plague's chapter.
Jane and Temple. Temple is my favorite map, so I've
I have
kind of
nothing but
always
malice.
liked this chapter.
Nothing but
Plague and
malice for
Jane
this.
are both solid additions to the game. Jane brought some fun perks and a very
Jane,
different
too.
backstory compared to other characters with her celebrity status. Plague's
I better
power
see.
is maybe
I
one
better
of
see
the
something
better
ass
designs,
real
but
soon.
I understand many people
I better see
find
something
it
ass real soon.
frustrating to face too. Next up, we have Roots of Dread, 86.26% positive.
I
This
mean,
one is
yeah,
actually
okay,
quite low,
that's
I
fair.
think, at least when we compare it to the Steam
I would be okay
it's
with it being
fifth
lower.
highest rated, although the positivity
86%
rating is
on Steam,
consistent
though.
between both.
It's
Dredge
a
and
cool
Hattie were good
chapter.
releases, I think, and it was a great chapter for reintroducing some horror to the game.
It's a
I
cool
think maybe
chapter.
stuff like Garden of
It's
Joy and
like the
Hattie
killer
being
looks scary
fairly
as shit.
neglected since release.
You couldn't say a lot of the time before that the killer actually looks scary. The Dredge looks scary as fuck. I don't want to be caught anywhere near a Dredge. Absolutely not. I think it's a cool chapter. I'm okay with this. But it's just in the context of all the other rankings. It's just weird.
Hasn't helped either. Saw, 86.89% positive, is a chapter that I think was in just the right spot around here. It was a...
Just the... I mean, sure. But Plague is heads above. I would say Hag is heads above this chapter. I would rather play on the shit brown map than the Saw map any day. This is just so confusing. I'm just confused. 78%. I'm just confused. More than anything.
Well, I think. And Pig, although weak, is a lot of fun and has an interesting kit.
And Tap is cool too. Tap is interesting.
There was a lot of care put into both of their visuals and design. Great adaptation. Left Behind, 86.93% positive.
Under the Night, man? I mean, it is just like Bill and some outfits, I guess. It is just Bill and some outfits, but Bill is top fucking tier. Bill is cool as hell. When you see a Bill player in your lobby, that man is hard as fuck. He's just cool. The Night needs to be lower. No, your community is wrong on this. Your community is wrong on this, fam. Hell no. He doesn't have a Steam review
despite
either.
Being just Bill, and I guess technically the outfits for some characters too. It goes to show though how much of a positive influence Bill has had. He
Bill
is often associated with altruism due to his perks.
He's got a lot of good shit.
Associate positive things with this paragraph. Spark of Madness, 88.01% positive is next. This is low comparatively to its Steam reviews, where it's shockingly the highest rated DLC for Dead by Daylight at 92%.
Oh wow. Oh, it really is at 92%. That's weird. I disagree heavily with that. So he's saying that's the highest. Is that a spoiler? Is it going to be even higher than Stranger Things? I really doubt it. I don't know.
This is another solid chapter.
We still have yet to see Wesker
both great additions to the game, and
Night,
feel like they could have been released with the original cast of characters by just how much they have integrated with the game and the player base.
Yeah,
it's
OG chapters are always going to be better.
A Lullaby for the Dark, 88.7.
No, I'm not even going to hear this. I'm not even going to hear this. I don't even want to hear this. I don't want to hear what you have to say. Your community put 88.78%, which is fine. This is a goated fucking chapter. This is a really good chapter. I don't even want to hear what he has to say. I don't even want to hear it. The Night is better than all of these. This is like ranking Transit above every fucking Zombies map. This is awful.
8% positive, and a rating I agree with completely. Huntress and David have been
great additions chapter
to the game, and a bit like Doctor and
it's like
Fang
one of the
have
best chapters, like top
into the game
5
completely at this
at
point.
least.
Huntress is simple but fun to play and face. David brought great perks, and both characters' backstories
so
are
why is it
under engaging. Sadako right?
You put Sadako over this. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to say to this. I don't even know what to say. I'm hurt. My chest hurts. My head hurts. Huntress didn't have a rating. on Steam, but this has a 75%. I agree with that.
Raising
I agree with that statement. Maybe I'm just an NPC because I'm agreeing with Steam most of the time.
Surprised is rated so highly. I don't disagree. I think a bit like Dredge, this chapter really felt like it was
just what it's above, man.
Into the game.
It's cool, but it's like, it's just think about where the placements are. It doesn't add up.
I also like how Yoichi is a similar ghosty situation of being part license, part original. Behavior seemed good at writing those characters. This chapter was a fun one, and I think the content in it is very worth it.
But like, think about what it's ahead of.
89% positive.
You put no fucking shot. You put Blight under the Night and Wesker. Nemesis still has to come. Who is agreeing with this? Who? What's the dislike? What's the dislike? I gotta dislike this video. I'm sorry. I can't even see the ratio. I gotta dislike this video. I'm sorry. I gotta. What is this? It's not even your fault. It's your community. What's going on here, man? There's no shot. That hit me different. That hit me so different. Oh no.
Surprising,
you gotta teach me
but a
this.
nice surprise. As I remember around the release, the reception was
How is
very
this a
mixed.
nice surprise?
Blight has become a greatly loved character though, and has
the
really
Blight
shifted
chapters is
the meta a
good
lot since release, introducing a new character to rival maybe even Nurse, who feels a lot more fun to face.
Right.
I think that's a big factor here. Felix is cool
Felix
too,
is cool
and
as
I think
fuck.
both of their lore entries are solid, although Blight's is still very...
Do you know how much changed with this? Like how much, like I think this is the one where so much shit changed with like rifts and shit. Like I'm trying to think about everything. I'm trying to consider everything. Blight shifted so much shit. I don't know.
Very confusing. Shattered Bloodline, 89...
Just say what you're gonna say. I need to look at the percentage again. 78. Say what you're gonna say, dude.
6% positive.
Say what you're gonna say. I don't
ends
even
off
care.
this tier. This one I did not expect to be so high. Spirit and
That's
Adam.
what I'm saying,
I like both of their
dude.
designs.
But, like,
I like their perks. I like their lore.
Still under the. I don't know. You got to think about like the overall ratings. Like you can't just do the shit in a bubble. There's more shit going on. Like there's multiple. You're putting this. Think about what you're putting this under. Like this is definitely under like Wesker. Sure, I can say that. And we haven't seen Demogorgon yet, but we've already seen Blight. We've already seen Huntress. He's saying everything. His community is saying this is better than Huntress. Everything above this is better than the Huntress chapter, fam.
But man, I am still not so cool with Spirit's power. They've done a lot of good adjustments
It's fine
over the
now.
years,
I don't mind it
but
so
it's
much.
still a lot of guesswork, and that has never really sat right with me.
Not so much
I get the
anymore,
ranking though, but I personally don't agree. Extremely Light Chapters is next.
Here we go.
And this is for chapters
Okay,
with a
so-
90% or more
so
positive
the Dead Dog
rating.
Saloon-
Starting us off here, interestingly,
Chains of
is
Hate
Chains
is
of
what it
Hate.
is. Fine. That's fine.
91.98%
That's a fair ranking.
positive.
I'm
Wow.
okay with this.
I'm glad it's this high. This chapter
Steam
came
says
with good
74.
content. Slinger and
Whatever.
Serena, both great characters, solid lore, solid designs, great map with unique visuals.
I agree with it being
remember
this
not
high.
being a fan when this chapter originally released, but
74%
I've really
on Steam,
changed
though.
how I feel about it over time. My only complaint about the content of this chapter is Slinger's dreadful add-ons. Resident Evil, 93.64% positive, and a chapter that...
What do you think? What do we think about this above the Slinger? What do we think about this above Huntress? You added 2 survivors, you added Leon, and you added her. You added Flashbang, which was cool, I guess. Above the Nurse too. I guess. I can understand it. I can understand.
That had maybe the biggest impact aside Stranger Things. This chapter released a lot of content, and 3 really amazing characters.
It did release a lot. The map was awful.
Well into the game. There's nothing I can really flaw about this chapter. Maybe old RPD. I actually just love everything in it. But
new
that's
RPD
also
is better.
Because
that's
I
true.
enjoy Resident Evil content a lot. Cursed Legacy, 94.23%
okay,
positive.
it's good.
And
it's good. But why is it under the 9? Why is it under the 9? Why is Oni under Wesker? Why does your community enjoy the night so fucking much? He better not even be on this. This better be made before the night was released. I doubt it because it's Tools of Torment. So I don't think that's the case. It definitely can't be. But I'm just like clinging onto something. I'm in like the denial stage of grief right now. This is terrible. This is horrifying. It does my heart good to see him so high, but shit, man.
This rated original
Why
chapter
is he lower?
I fully agree. I think this is the best original release they've done, with 2 awesome characters, a fun power, and a decent map. Oni and Yui are just great additions. Good lore, good design. I think the Oni's perks and add-ons are the only downside, really. Ghostface, 94.4% positive.
Higher than Huntress? Higher than Oni? Think about everything Oni's chapter added, and Ghostface is above him. That's unreal to me.
Which is a lot for a character that's released solo
without
even a map or anything. Ghostface is just really loved, I think, by the community, and is definitely one of the favorite characters. His power isn't particularly special, but it's been made far more usable and less.
I already know it. Next is going to be Michael's. Just show it to me.
But I don't think I'd put him so high still. But hey, I get
it.
You fucking Silent Hill, 95.89%.
Okay. I'll say fair because of Midwich. But your community is putting the night above this still. Just remember that. Wesker above this still. Just remember that. Just remember. Just keep this in the back of your head. The only saving grace is that Stranger Things hasn't been said yet. This guy's community is off of a perk. They're off the fucking Percocet. They're off the lean. They're off so many different drugs. They don't even know where they are. They don't know what Dead by Daylight is anymore. They don't even play the game, I don't think. I'll say fair. It should be way higher, but I'm going to say... Should it be way higher? I don't know. This is pretty high in the list. It's just like... I'm thinking of the rankings. All of the rankings together. Why was Huntress... Huntress shouldn't be below... I don't know. My brain is being twisted into a pretzel. His list is so... Like, his community's list, I guess, is so fundamentally different from mine. I don't know what the criteria is anymore. Like, in terms of content, I don't know why this is above Oni. I don't know why it's above... I don't know why it's above Deathslinger either. But
percent positive is typically my go-to when picking out one of the best chapters, and particularly best licensed chapters. I think this chapter had such a great balance of everything, with a cool power and
yeah, the map, dude. Think about the fucking map. Think about the map and then say it again.
The main downside is maybe like the perks, I guess. Still, so well adapted. I fully understand this rating. Halloween, 96.24% positive, is in our third spot.
So this should be
Myers feels like he is represented well within the game.
It should be Wesker. What's left? There's Wesker and then there's Stranger Things left, I think. So last one was 80 something. What was it, 88? 88 and then 90.
And he offers fun and unique gameplay to play and face. Laurie is pretty cool too. One of the best adapted chapters from a license, I think, and has always stood out with it releasing so early on. Stranger Things, 96.6...
No. 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 Nope. No. 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 No, no, no. Nope. Nope. That's intolerable. I was kind of like confused and losing my mind a little bit. This is intolerable. Your community needs put in a muzzle.
It's 5% positive.
They
I
need
honestly
off
thought
of Dead by Daylight for a week until we figure out what's going on.
It's actually second. Still an incredibly high like rating. This chapter
This should
was widely
be way
loved
higher.
and still is, despite it not being in
This
the
should
game.
be top.
It brought maybe the most balanced killer with Demogorgon and 2 solid survivors.
Everything
with
in
nice
it was
perks.
good except for like the
most
map,
liked
and then they got
chapter
rid of
with
it.
almost a 97% like rating was
fucking-
Resident Evil Project W, 96.88% positive. This one I think I agree with, to be honest, as the new best chapter we've had, and is fully deserved.
And there it is, my shock and awe of realizing that he actually did just forget to put the night chapter on. I was a little taken aback. I still really don't agree with this being the best new chapter, but here is where he would have ranked the chapter. He put it in his comment, his pinned comment. He said he was going to put it between the Ash and the twins. So I guess that's fine. I still really don't agree with that, but I don't know. This entire thing has just been scuffed for me. I'm just going to keep playing the rest because at that point it was hard for me to even like acknowledge everything that was happening. I was just losing my mind.
Of such a high rating too, which is nice with it being a fairly recent DLC. Wesker is a fun character to play and face, and both survivors were well designed and brought along some good and fun perks. Awesome chapter. Alright, well that's gonna do it.
You
I do
can't
hope you enjoyed.
just...
Drop your own
Above... I'm speechless. So I kept a list of Steam reviews. Let's see the Steam reviews for... How is this not the highest rated? Because there was no Steam rating.
But it's actually second. Still an incredibly high like rating. This
I
chapter was widely loved,
am
and still is despite it not being in the game. It brought maybe the most balanced killer with Demogorgon, and 2 solid survivors with nice perks. The most liked chapter with almost a 97% like rating was Resident Evil Project W, 96.88% positive. This one...
I started this video so happy. I started this video in a good mood. What is this? How? It's a good chapter. It's a fine chapter. You put that shit above Stranger Things? Above the Huntress chapter? Granted, there's another survivor, so I guess that's not much of a comparison, but like... I don't even know what to say. Do you agree with this? Does anyone out there agree with this? If you agree with this, I need to know exactly why. I need to know why. I need, for my own sanity, I need whys. I need reasons here. Wow, my giant fucking forehead is bulging with a headache now. I'm calling it a night. Get out of my face, dude. Oh, I gotta edit this shit. What? I gotta put this out immediately. What in the fuck?